Welcome to week 3. I wanted to give you just a quick overview of the week and walk you through some of the kind of important features. Week 3 is in folder 2, the computer science module, and this week we're going to look at some ethical and legal issues related to the field of computer science, and we're going to look both at inclusion and equity for gender balance and for learners with disabilities. And then we will also look at legal issues of ensuring our content is accessible and models best practices with Creative Commons attribution. So the first part of the week is some background reading, diving into the topic of gender equity in STEM and computer science. And then there's 4 videos. They're all short, about 5 minutes or less, around Creative Commons, accessible educational materials, introduction to coding, and then coding and accessible web pages. And you'll see how these pieces kind of fit together as you move through the videos. The next piece that I am going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to do the HTML tutorial in Khan Academy. When you open that, this is part of a larger unit in Khan Academy, so you'll see that there's kind of a bigger unit here. I'm asking you to just focus on the Intro to HTML one, which you'll see here has videos and a few challenge activities. The goal is twofold. It's both for you to kind of experience the design of Khan Academy, and it is also for you to build some skills with how do you do HTML, and in particular that begins to relate to making accessible content, understanding that the HTML coding is beneficial for learners with disabilities is a really important intersection in the field of computer science and in user experience, user design. If you already have HTML experience, I would encourage you to kind of move down this list sequentially to choose another topic that's new to you that would stretch your skills a little bit. Again, so that you get that experience of another resource you could use with learners or use yourself to learn some of these skills. Then finally, the sort of to-do for this week is the reflection. And for this, I'm asking you to pull some organizational data around the gender balance in your organization and to just reflect on what you find there. Again, if these questions don't perfectly fit your organization, feel free to kind of take a slightly different angle on it, but I do want you to reflect on a context that you know better than sort of the field broadly, and look at what you see, and does your experience kind of match some of the data that are out there more broadly about the field of technology and in particular computer science. Asking you to find another article around gender inclusion in technology and or computer science, and then really think about what are the strategies, what do we start to do to address that problem, and then what are the specific things that you might do or begin to think about. The next piece is that I do, as we start moving into our websites, you will be using images. So I do want to practice Creative Commons attribution. I am asking you this week to use Flickr. If you are new to using Flickr, or if you need help with the technical elements of Creative Commons attribution, this link here where it says check here will take you to this document that gives you some more information, and then more information in sort of finding Creative Commons in Flickr, and then an example of what the correct attribution format is. You need the title of the piece of work, which is hyperlinked to the image itself. You need the author or the creator of the image hyperlinked to their profile, and then what license type is it under Creative Commons, and you link again there. So I'd like you to practice that twice with 2 different images, and then also practice including alt text in Google Docs. It's a similar process that translates over to a web page. If you don't know how to do that, there's a little help here. And then finally, just some sort of general reflections here around the ethics of inclusion and the legal issues of accessibility in Creative Commons, and then sort of just thinking again about what does this mean for you. So hopefully this gives you some context with the goals for the week. As always, feel free to reach out if there's anything I can help with.